Hey guys, I'm so sorry I couldn't be with you tonight in person, and I have to come to you on this video, but I have a good reason. We're actually, my family and I have been contacted by a reality TV network, and they're looking at VBF and our family as a potential show in the future. And so I know it sounds really weird, and believe me, I've got all kinds of concerns about that. And so tonight we're kind of together as a family and looking at what this is and talking to a bunch of different people. So please excuse my absence. But the reason I wanted to come on video is because we're doing a faith walk tonight. And I understand some of you may be at Refine tonight for the very first time. And so I don't want you guys to be freaking out wondering what a faith walk is. So I wanted to explain what a faith walk is so nobody is feeling intimidated to go out and do this ministry tonight. So basically what a faith walk is a ministry that we do that is completely off the cuff, with no kind of preconceived idea of what that ministry is. For instance, it could be helping a homeless person get a meal tonight. It could be going up to somebody that is waiting for a bus and giving them a verse. But how we go about finding out what the ministry is that we're supposed to do is that we are going to break up into teams or into groups of people, and we want the groups to be more than 3, but definitely less than what could fit in one car. So that could be like maybe 5 or 6. So between 3 and 6 in each group. And I have no idea how many are showing up tonight. So this could be 4 groups, could be 8 groups, I'm not sure. But once you figure out the groups, then what happens is the groups then pray and ask God to give them some vision. And it's really easy. Don't make this more difficult than it is. It's very simple. Once you pray and ask God to kind of give you a vision of what you're supposed to do, any thought that comes to your mind, any kind of picture that comes to your mind, you voice it to your group. Somebody might be praying and you see a park, or possibly maybe you think of a restaurant like Taco Bell or something. Go ahead, voice it to the group, because if more than one person is thinking about the same thing, then let's go for it. Let's assume that is God trying to communicate to us that that is where the ministry is supposed to take place. And then once you got that, where you're supposed to go, get in the car and you're going to go to that place that you feel you're supposed to go. Once you get to that place, you're going to pray again. You're going to say, God, now we're here. What are we supposed to do? Maybe somebody's going to write a verse out, or maybe somebody feels like you're supposed to pray for somebody that's there. One thing I want you guys and encourage you guys to do is when you are approaching somebody, remember, they don't know who you are. They don't know what church group you're with. So there's a lot of caution that the person that you're approaching is going to be using against you. So make sure that if there's a whole team of 6 of you, don't just run up to a stranger, because they're going to really freak out. Make sure like you send 2 people to that person, and maybe while the others are standing kind of in the background praying as the 2 approach the person that you feel like you're supposed to minister to. The other thing I want to caution you on is safety. I want to make sure that every team that we send out tonight has a guy, at least one guy in the group. And even if you have one guy in the group, I do not want you guys going into any environment that anybody in the group feels is unsafe. We don't want to do anything that would put you in harm's way. Yes, God protects. Yes, God gives angels charge over us. But also God gives us wisdom. And so use that wisdom going into a situation. If somebody feels uncomfortable, let's assume that that is the Holy Spirit cautioning us that that is a potential dangerous situation. I know a lot of godly people that have been hurt or even killed because of them not really listening to the Holy Spirit and using wisdom. So please do that. Now, how do you know what team you're supposed to get in? Well, here's the cool thing is what we're going to do is I have leaders in Refine, and my 2 main leaders tonight are Stephanie and Janessa. but we also have some great leaders like Tony and Kyle and Alexis. I don't know if Tigra's here tonight, but Tigra's also a great person. But I want you guys to find a leader that you feel God has called you to get in a group with. And I'm going to give it to Stephanie and Janessa after this video is done to go ahead and kind of feel out how many groups we're going to break up into to send out. So what you do is you pray before we break up into groups here in a moment, and just ask God and pray a simple prayer. Say, God, you show me what group I'm supposed to be in, and then whatever name or face you see pop in your mind first, go to that group. Once your group has enough people, then you close the group and let other people know, hey, our group is full. And so somebody that may be on the fence about what group they're supposed to go in, they will go ahead and find another group to be a part of. But leaders, I want you to be on alert. Make sure everybody has a group that they're supposed to be a part of. Now, the one last thing I want to say is while everyone goes out, I want one group to stay back to pray. So this is like the cool thing about Faith Walk is while the other groups are going out ministering, we have a prayer group stay back, and they simply keep log on a prayer board that anything that comes to their mind as they're praying, they're going to write it down. Because what's going to be cool is you're being covered in prayer while you go out by this prayer group, but it's also cool because when you come back, we're going to share stories about how God used us in the city of Las Vegas, and the prayer group is going to be able to share what specifically they prayed about so that they can kind of match what happened in their prayer or what happened in their team compared to what the prayer group prayed over them specifically. The last thing is instructions that I want to give you for the Faith Walk is I want a cell number left with a prayer group of every leader that goes out. This is in case we need to get a hold of you for any emergencies, we can get a hold of you. So whoever cell phone number is on the board, please make sure you have that cell phone in your hand during the whole time that you're away from the church grounds. So in case we need to call you, we can get a hold of you. And I want to make sure that everyone's back on time. We're going to leave. We're going to get geared up to leave by 7:30. All the teams should be out by 7:30. And we're going to have an hour of ministry. So you have 1 hour to fulfill your mission, to go out there, find out what God calls you to do, go and do it, and be back by 8:30. Then we'll have 30 minutes to go ahead and share what happened, and then we'll be out of here by 9 o'clock. So that kind of concludes the video. I'm going to turn it over to the leaders, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. But I just wanted to make sure you felt comfortable with this idea of a faith walk. So God bless you, and we'll see you very soon.